The Summer 18 season in Rhode Island is now in the books, our third season here. These guys have been here the entire season, helping you break down the action, and now we have our playoff seeds we're about to reveal, and those first-round matchups that will take place on August 7th, Tuesday, August 7th, the next Tuesday. Times to be determined. Probably by the time you're watching this, the times will be on the website. Every team does make the playoffs. We're going to break down all of those quarterfinal matchups with only 8 teams. We do start in the quarterfinals. But first, the Week 9 post-game show. No sponsor. Tyler Slacken, that's his one job.
I didn't know that was my job.
Yeah, that's a surprise. Tyler Cruz, Mike Banderi. I'll say it right for once, I guess. It's all right. Nice hair. Nice shirt.
Years.
Mike came prepared today.
It's the first time he didn't ask how his hair looked before the post-game show.
No, he was checking.
Camera.
He was checking. All right, so we have a tie, no undefeated team this season.
Wow.
2 teams with 1 loss. We're going to break down who is that number 1 team. Let's start with Boom Shakalaka and the Werewolves. Surprise, Boom Shakalaka earns the number 1 seed. Boom and Lob split the regular season matchups 1 apiece. RPI, which is strength of schedule and your opponent's schedule, gives Boom a .607 RPI and Lob a .595, meaning Boom Shakalaka is the top overall seed. Both teams with the same record. That's how we break that tie. Boom beat the Werewolves today. Who saw that game? Were you over here?
Yes, I was over here.
So, and Mike, I don't know where you were. You were busy.
I was playing.
He was winning.
67-45, Boom, 8-1. Werewolves fall to 5-4. They will be the 4 seed. We'll get to them in a second. What did Boom do today? I know Nate and Lucas had an off day, right?
Boom just kind of outplayed the Werewolves, and it was very easy to do because the Werewolves did not play well at all. I think they had 2 points with like 2 minutes left in the first quarter. It was a very rough start for them. Stitchell only had 5. Lucas only had 6, but Trevor showed up. They were out rebounding them. The 2 guys that have 43 and 8, Justin Favreau and I don't know the other guy's name.
Brandon Sullivan, I think.
Sully. He showed up, and as well as Belleville. And Belleville hasn't had a single-digit scoring game since he rejoined the team this year. So he's been, and I think he's had like 17, 18. He had a double-double tonight.
Wow.
So he was unreal tonight, and he basically led their team. Very quiet leader. You don't expect Mark Belleville to be the game-high scorer when Nate Stitchell and Trevor D'Amico are on the floor, but it happened tonight.
Exactly, and think about, so now when you start figuring out who's playing who, think of those March Madness seedings, 1-8, 2-7. We're fast-forwarding to the Sweet 16, right?
Sure, yeah.
The Elite 8.
The round of 32, 1-8, 2-7, 3-6, 4-5. So that means Boom Shakalaka as the 1 seed will take on Shake and Bake, who went 0-9. They lost tonight to fall to 0-9 to the Wild Hogs, who are your 7 seed with 2 wins, 7 losses. 58-50, the Wild Hogs won. That was the other game at 9 o'clock. I mean, it was your second time playing them. What changed from the first time you guys played them? Were you there for that game?
No, we kind of just swapped.
What did you see tonight?
Honestly, I kind of said it in my post-game interview, but we started off in zone. I mean, we started off in man, and they just killed us underneath. And once we switched to zone, we were really able to like lock down the paint and control the boards. Sonny played man a lot on Dan Kennedy, too, while we were in the zone, and he's, like, their main guy. So if you can kind of shut him down, you can easily handle the rest.
You can shut him down and take away their size advantage, which is one of the things that they do have, is some bigger bodies.
Yeah.
That definitely helps there. So we have Boom playing Shake, the 1-8. Lob City is your 2 seed, as I mentioned. They took down the Swish Kebabs today, 91-73. Swish Kebabs is only 4 guys, and still hung in relatively well against a pretty loaded and fully benched Lob City team. They were all here today. Lob will begin with the Wild Hogs, the 2-7 matchup in that quarterfinal, again, Tuesday, August 7th. But what did Lob City do tonight? I mean, was it what the Swish Kebabs didn't have as far as depth, or was it something that Lob City did?
Lob City out-rebounded them a lot, and they had locked down the defensive paint. There was a stretch where they just could not get a layup. There was just always bodies swarming. There were always hands on the ball. They couldn't really get anything through Lob City's defense. It was more of a defensive game tonight for Lob City than offensive.
And so, yeah, we're kind of going quickly through Week 9. That's fine. We're going to do some previewing of these quarterfinal matchups. So we have Boom at 1, Lob at 2. The Swish Kebabs, who lost today, were kind of locked into that 3 seed with a 6-3 record. They'll take on, just kidding, the Werewolves at 4, 5-4. They lost to Boom today. The Werewolves will take on the winner of the Halfway Crooks Bucket Chasers, which was the Bucket Chasers, our last Week 9 game to talk about.
Good transition.
The Werewolves, thank you. I've done this once or twice.
Crafty.
Werewolves 5-4. Bucket Chasers are 4-5. They win the battle for that 5 seed, beating the Halfway Crooks today, 74-62. It was a single-digit game throughout. couple, plays at the end, makes it a 12-point game. But what about the Bucket Chasers? They had their full team as well. We had just about our full team, no John Sline. We've noticed a difference, I think, with the Halfway Crooks when John Sline isn't there. But what did you guys see from the Bucket Chasers tonight?
I think towards the end of the game, you guys just kind of missed a couple shots, and they made them. Yeah. That's kind of the story for you guys.
Yeah, you guys were really hot from 3 in the middle of the game, third quarter, fourth quarter. Everybody was hitting. You were hitting. Marikas was hitting. Dylan was hitting. And then you kind of cooled down when it really mattered the most, and they hit a couple of their free throws. They were able to get some breakaway dunks, and that kind of put the nail in the coffin right there.
For sure, and so that's the last of the Week 9 matchups. We'll spend a couple minutes here. I'm going to give you the matchups. You guys can touch on your most intriguing matchup of the quarterfinals. Again, Tuesday, August 7th. Top-seeded Boom will take on 8-seeded Shake and Bake, 2nd-seeded Lob City, 7th-seed Wild Hogs, 3-seed Swish Kebabs, 6-seed Halfway Crooks, and 4-seeded Werewolves, 5-seeded Bucket Chasers. Tyler Cruz?
Well, I'll just start. I know I'm kind of writing a fantasy here, but I'm sure Shake and Bake is very glad they're playing Boom Shakalaka instead of Lob City, where they can utilize their size a little bit more. But still don't think that's a very interesting matchup, as well as you guys in Lob City. No offense. I think you and the Swish Kebabs have a very good matchup. The last game you guys played them 2 weeks ago, 78-75. You guys took them into overtime earlier this year. So I think you guys have a very good chance at doing that 6-3 upset. And it's not new to the Halfway Crooks either. It happened last year with Prestige Worldwide. You guys took off the 3 seed.
Have we heard the famous quote yet this year?
You don't want to play the Halfway Crooks.
You don't want to play the Halfway Crooks when * John Sline is here. Spoiler. I'll be very rested next week if we do advance. I'm not playing much against the Swish Kebabs. Right? No. I don't mean in Connecticut. I mean here. I'm not playing much against the Swish Kebabs. They kill me. They're smart enough to know to attack me down low. Congratulations. So I'll be on the bench, so you can't attack me down low. That's how we're going to solve that problem next week. So we'll see how that changes things. When I'll
strategy.
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do. And all right. So do you want to talk about Wolves and Bucket?
How'd you know I was going to go there?
Well, there's only so many.
I'm always a big 4-5 guy
matchups.
anyway. I think that'll be a good matchup. They have a couple of pieces. Maybe like Sergio and Heston probably have a good battle going on. And if Gino can step up, and they need their third scorer. They haven't found that consistently all year, and that's been a big problem for them.
Last time these two played, it was 43-33 was the final score between the two. So I'm really excited for this one. It was in the 30s within the final minutes of the game, and then the Werewolves were barely able to pull ahead. So these two teams are neck and neck, and just being at the 4 and 5 seed doesn't put it enough that these two teams are right there with each other. It's going to be a great game.
Do they have Shane, or
no, they're not bringing him anymore?
And he didn't qualify. He didn't play enough games. So even if he shows up, unfortunately, Shane Patrick will have to fight. You cannot play. Which of these matchups is it the Halfway Crooks do you like as an upset pick quickly? And then
Yeah, I'd go Halfway.
I like the Halfway Crooks, yes.
As not Bucket so much?
No, because I think the Werewolves are a little more experienced. They showed it last time. They knew what it took to win down the stretch, know what it takes to win in a playoff game. They've been searching for that playoff win for a while. They win last year?
No.
They were upset by this. They were beat by the Swish Kebabs. They've been looking for that playoff win for a while.
4 or 5, you're right? Exactly.
I think they're gonna get it.
Going with them as well.
I don't really think of like the 4 or 5 matchup is really like a big upset, because that could kind of go either way.
So you're not picking you guys over Lob? No, you don't.
I know my.
He's smart with his money.
I know my limitations. Plus, I don't need to give them anything to go off of.
There you go, smart. The bulletin board is empty.
Yeah.
You guys are going to win by 30, right? Just boost their ego a little bit, maybe.
Just don't dunk on me, and
we'll be okay.
Yeah.
And if they do, I won't record it.
Yeah, just delete everything.
So you guys know how the matchups are going. Do you want to pick your favorite or like what do you think the semi? I mean, you could pick a champion as well. I don't know if that's exciting. Or do you want to pick your favorite possible semifinal matchup, which could be Boom is on the same side as Wolves Bucket.
I would love to see Boom Bucket.
Swish.
I think Boom Bucket would be pretty good. And I do think obviously Lob Swish would be a great game.
I'm going to say Lob Swish. Even though I think you guys might upset them, I think they'll have a really good matchup. They need more players, though. They can't keep running with only 4.
And so Lob Swish just happened today. We just talked about that game. 91-73.
Swish only had 4. Their only bench guy was Jared Sonati.
Right.
Even if they just
does not qualify for the legacy.
Maybe like give some people a rest, especially Greg Bell. Is that his name?
Yep, he was here.
Yeah, he needs a rest.
Yeah. Well, no Tejon Massey.
Yeah,
no Marquise Jones tonight.
So they didn't really have anyone to like rotate out. So
there you go. I agree. I think that would be very interesting. Lob done no favors. Wild Hogs almost pulled the upset last year. You weren't even here for that.
Yeah, I wasn't here.
And they almost beat in the 2-7 game. They almost beat Boom. And now Lob, Wild Hogs. We'll see how that goes. Stay tuned for the bracket. That'll be on Instagram and all over social media. And again, we'll be back Tuesday, August 7th for the quarterfinals. Every team makes the playoffs. And we have all 8 teams getting ready to go. And then we'll have the semifinals the following Tuesday, the 14th, and the finals the 21st, with All-Star Night on its own night, August 22nd, Wednesday after the finals. We're going to be revealing all those awards and more playoff preview stuff coming along. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Tyler. Very
Always
good
a
job.
pleasure.
And we'll see you on August 7th. We need, I said this in Connecticut, we need some type of acronym for March, like August, awesome, I don't know,
August
it's weird.
Annihilation.
August, the
I like that.
annihilation
I like
of
that.
August.
Okay.
All right. That's better than what Brendan Buescher in Connecticut came up with, which was nothing. So we will see you on August 7th for the quarterfinals of the Summer 18 season in Rhode Island.
August annihilation begins.